Okay, good morning. My name is Ted Ryrie, and I'm the Managing Director for Sharp Decisions Incorporated. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Sharp Decisions, I want to welcome you. This morning, you're going to hear about an exciting new program focused on providing our military veterans with employment in the dynamic information technology area. Joining us here today, we have, starting on my left, Commissioner Terrence Holliday, who is the Commissioner for Veteran Affairs for the City of New York. On my right is Karen Ross, who is the CEO and President of Sharp Decisions Incorporated. Next to Karen is David Webb, and I'll introduce David and his background a little bit later, and Kimber Gillis. Also represented here today is Cecile Scott, who is representing State Senator Brad Hoylman's office, and also Victor Montesinos, who is representing Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney's office. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Karen Ross for some opening remarks, and then later we'll hear a little bit more about the specifics of the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I love the way that sounds. It's got a ring. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, honored guests. I am very excited, and thank you for coming to the launch of our program. We have our first class here, so I applaud you. Thank you. We launched this program, which is a reintegration of post 9/11 veterans back into the workforce. We know it's tough, we know they're focused, and it's time to bring jobs back, in this particular instance, back to New York. We're going to, we're in the middle of a training program as we speak. We are training this class of veterans in quality assurance and software testing. We are absolutely excited. The first half of the training is behind us. Now we get into the subject matter expert. We, Sharp Decisions as an organization, have made it a commitment to the veterans to bring the jobs that have typically been outsourced out of this country back here. They are poised, ready, able to learn, focused, and dedicated to the program. We are not receiving any funding from any outside agency at all. We are self-funding and committed. I can tell you personally, when I met the class as a group, absolutely moved by the integrity, the willingness. It was overwhelming. I don't think my feet touched the floor, which validated that what we're doing is right. So without any further ado, I'm going to let the agenda continue because I know everybody's on a tight schedule, and you guys are going to learn your subject matter expertise this week. So we are ready to rock and roll in the next weeks to come. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karen. At this point, what I would like to do is introduce Mr. David Webb. David, in addition to being a veteran, is a host of his own radio show on Sirius XM satellite radio, and is an outspoken advocate for veteran affairs and the hardships returning veterans face. David?
Thank you, Ted. But the real thanks here goes to Karen and Ted and the rest of you that are involved in building this program. Usually I'm in a room full of older veterans. Over the years, that's been my experience. But what I see here and what I'm going to ask is really more for the camera and for people who are paying attention. Who's here from the Army? Navy, Air Force, Marines, And we know the Coast Guard's not here, but we'll get them on board eventually because they're veterans too. But these 4 services are full of people who volunteer and, frankly, write a blank check to this country that could include their lives. It's a hell of a check to write. And to reintegrate, to help you bring all those skills that started with someone who raises their hand voluntarily to serve their nation, to bring those skills back on shore and to incorporate them or reincorporate them and advance the American culture is something we need to do. You hear a lot of that talk out there, but Karen took action. Ted took action. They built a program based out of what has made this country great, the free market. She has decided to advance America, to grow jobs here, to give corporations the benefit of your strengths. Again, you learn things, you were given awesome responsibilities. You were in charge of millions of dollars, some cases hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment, and the most important thing, lives. And that trust for me is easily placed in your hands. You should really be proud of yourselves. I'm a mouthpiece. I talk about it on TV, on radio. I go out and I talk in public arenas, but you're the ones doing it. So the real round of applause I want you to give is yourselves, and do that. Let's hear it. I can give you a little, especially for my Army guys, a little bit of encouragement, if you will, from all services. But I passed on word of what you're doing and what Karen's doing to Helen Patton. The Patton name should mean something to you. She's the granddaughter of General Patton. She loves it, and you will meet her soon. So think about that as you work your way through your training, that she will be back here in New York, and she's looking forward to meeting you. Because her grandfather's legacy was the soldier. That's simple. He was a soldier, and he believes in soldiers. She believes in soldiers and veterans. And again, that's how we as America should see you. You're Americans. All the work you're going to do should be for you, and in turn for our country. What you do helps you grow in your careers, build your families, build your dreams, whatever they may be. But after that, know that you have my support. You have all of our support. That's why we're up here. And the support won't end when the class ends. That's just the next step.